If a man says he's not afraid of dying, he's either lying or he's a Gurkha. So what motivated you to join the Gurkhas and
I'm 60 years old.
your experience during the Falklands War 1982?
War is no good. War is ugly. And we caught 3 Argentinians with no weapons,
Okay.
They were so scared, with us.
So people come there not only for buying products, they come to relieve their stress.
Actually, I started my business from the handful of jewelry. I feel I am the citizen of world. My religion is universal.
Right, ladies and gentlemen, good evening and welcome to the show. You are listening to 96.7 CKLU, your station. You are listening to us all over the world by cklu.ca. My name is Arjun. The show is Beyond the Borders with Arjun Season 1, Episode 10. Today's episode is the most awaited episode for Nepalese diaspora because I'm with the man himself. If a man says he's not afraid of dying, he's either lying or is a Gurkha. The Gurkhali himself with me today. I'm privileged to be welcoming Mr. Tenzing Limbu, an entrepreneur and former Gurkha, whose life is a true story of achievement. Born in Nepal, he has made Canada his home since 1998, showing the honor and bravery that continue to guide him. In 2007, he experienced a heartbreaking tragedy that led him to Sudbury, where he looked for a new beginning. Despite the pain, he refused to give up. Through hope, hard work, strong spirit, he rebuilt his life from the ground up. Today, he proudly represents Nepal in Canada. He owns 2 successful businesses in Sudbury, Nepal Handicrafts and A1 Dumpling shop. His journey from the mountains of Nepal to heart of Canada is a powerful example of resilience, determination, and the strength of never giving up. Uncle, welcome to the show.
Thank you very much for inviting me in your show. And namaste. To everybody.
Swagat cha, dhanyavad cha. All right, let's begin with your journey from Nepal to Canada. You moved to Canada in 1998, and it's been already around 3 decades. And when you first arrived in Canada, what challenges did you face as an immigrant, and how did you overcome them? Uncle, I want to begin from there.
Okay. Actually, I came here in Canada from the company which I was working in Nepal. Mm-hmm. They were thinking to invest here in Canada, their business, and they asked me to do some research for them. So I came here for the research of market research. Mm-hmm. And that's how I came here.
Okay, so did you face any challenges? I'm sure as an immigrant, everybody...
Yeah, when you come here, always it's a different place, different environment.
Exactly.
And there are so many barriers. Whoever comes to the different place, goes to the different place. And I had the same thing. Those days, very few Nepalese were here. So you don't see many Nepalese. I met some Nepalese those days, and they told me I was the 207th
Okay.
Nepalese in Canada those days.
Wow.
But it was interesting. When I came here, when I looked at the yellow pages, there were so many opportunities you can see, Oh, I was really excited. Over the time, I was trying to do those things. There was lots of problems because those days, lots of employers. Although you are experienced, you have the experience of those things, you can do it easily. Even though when you apply there, they used to say you don't have Canadian experience. That was a big problem, challenge actually. But I never gave up. I never give up. I don't like to give up. I always think I can do it. I always have that kind of feeling, you know. So that's how I started my career. Let's say my business.
So you first landed in
Toronto.
Canada.
Yeah.
What was the situation in terms of job, in terms of accommodations, in terms of number of immigrants, their situation?
Those days, when I came here, my company, they arranged where I supposed to live.
Okay.
So it wasn't a problem for me for staying. But after a year later, I started facing my problem, you know, because I left. Because actually, I made my research for my company, and they said it's not profitable, so they don't want to invest. Actually, they opened the company, and the company which I have today is the same company.
Wow.
This is the company which I was working in Nepal. But they want to close that company here, but I said I will take it over. And I took it over actually with my nephew. He was my partner. So we took it over and we started our business from very small. Actually, I started my business from the handful of jewelry. I used to sell it. I used to carry on my backpack. And I used to walk. I used to walk all over, you know, and I used to sell them.
So you don't have proper shop?
I
didn't have.
I had a shop at the flea market, but that is only for like a weekends, right? And later on, my company, they rented a little place. So I used that for a year. After that, we closed that, and I started doing from my backpack. That time I made lots of friends. And what happened, I used to carry lots of jewelries from Nepal, you know, and I used to sell them. The shop owners. I had different kinds of, different designs which they don't have, you know. My collections were so good, so they loved it. And what happened, I think if you try, if you don't give up, there is a saying, you know, if you help yourself, God will help you. I think same thing happened to me too. And one time what happened after, I think it was a big struggle for me. It was a struggle time. I made friends. They were shopkeepers. And what happened was, I don't know, they believed on me. And they had a lease in that small business, eh?
Okay.
So they want to move to a bigger mall. So they had lease, so they cannot break it. So what happened was, they offered me, hey, Tenzing, take this store, take over. I told them, don't joke with me. I don't have the money, you know that. They said, no, we are not joking. Even those owners, they told me, even I don't want to give this store to even my brother. I don't trust them. But you, I can see your eyes. You can, what do? Sell it and give us slowly in an installment, you know? So actually I said no, but they kept forcing me, you know? At least 2.5 months or 3 months, they assisted so hard, you know? So I said, okay, I took it over. After that, I started business. And I worked hard. I and my nephew, we worked hard. At least 16, 17 hours a day. And actually, within I think within 7 years, we had we did actually good. We had a warehouse, we had a couple of small stores and one main store. We did really, really good. Everybody, they liked it because when I came from Nepal, I came with 2 singing bowls. Eh? Those are actually really healing. It is very healing. You don't have to believe it because it's also physics. I know that because when I was in high school, I had a chronic fatigue. If I sleep today, I woke up 3 days later, even though I'm tired, you know.
Wow.
And since I started playing singing bowl, my sickness is gone forever.
Wow.
Even when I was in Toronto, I had maybe it's about like 10 kilograms of like a big singing bowl. Sometimes I used to go to the shows. I used to play that. I used to carry that on my left hand and I used to play with my right, right? A whole day I don't felt any tiredness.
Wow.
It's very healing, very healing. And I started selling singing bowl. I brought more singing bowls from Nepal, and I promoted. Those days, nobody knew what a singing bowl is. Maybe somebody they knew, but I didn't knew. But mostly, I think anybody who came to our store, they used to ask me what it is, and I always teach them what it is. I told them. That's why I think in Canada we sold the most singing bowl in the singing bowls, you know.
Okay.
In Toronto, when we started selling singing bowls, I think every day 15, 20 to 30 pieces a day I used to sell them.
All right, we're gonna talk about that in a beat. So I just wanted to ask once again, like, what was the situation then and now in terms of your experience, like Canada then and now, and situation of immigrants that time, when you look at them?
I think now it's I don't know other people, but about if you are asking for Nepalese
and
okay.
others, yeah.
In that prospect, what I feel is today is much better than those days, yeah. Because now, when they come here, they see some Nepalese and they come here, they have some relatives, you know, they get more help.
True.
Yeah, those days you don't know nobody. So that was the problem. But now it's better.
All right, it's better now and getting better and better every day.
I hope so. Yeah, must be, yeah.
Yeah. So you being the part of Falklands War 1982. So what motivated you to join the Gurkhas, and how did your experience during the Falklands War 1982 shape your outlook on life?
Well, in Nepal, those days, our time, I'm 60 years old.
You don't look like 60s.
Those days, it was a fashion because anybody who joined the British force, the British Gurkhas,
Okay.
they used to make money and they used to go. They used to have opportunity to travel around the globe. So I am a traveler. I had a temptation of traveling from childhood, so that made me to join the British Gurkhas, you know.
Also, you have the great experience during the Falkland War 1982. Can you please share memorable event from Falkland War?
Oh yeah, regarding Falkland War. Falkland War, war is no good. War is ugly.
Always.
Believe me.
It's true.
I was in war. Actually, I was very interested to join the army before because I like to do the army training, when I was in Nepal.
Yeah.
So I joined the British Army. After that, my training was finished. My battalion was in England.
Okay.
I was trained in Hong Kong. And that time our training center was in Hong Kong. And after that, after I finished my training, we have to go to our own battalion, right?
Okay.
That time my battalion was in England, and I came to England. At that time my company, they were not there in England. They were in Belize.
Okay.
So I was attached with every companies. Every month, different companies, they have their exercise, war exercise.
Oh, wow.
And I have to join them. It was difficult. It was difficult, very difficult, because I have to be in jungle. Maybe, I think that time, maybe hardly I stayed in the camp for maybe 3.5 months. Rest. I spent all time in the jungle, in the warfare training. But privilege was that trained me actually really good, which helped me in Falkland Island. So my platoon, my battalion, even my section commander, they believed me. I'm a good warfare trained, good trained soldier. That's why they always ask me to lead them. I have to be in the front.
Okay.
Even,
so you lead that Falkland War.
Yeah.
Your battalion, you lead that battalion.
Yeah. They always put me in front, forefront.
Okay.
Because in final attack, my company was in the front, and my company put my platoon in the front,
Okay.
and my platoon put my section in front, So I was there in the front. The bombardment was oh my God, it was horrendous. I didn't like that.
Can you share one memorable moment of that war?
Of course. And
that was the war between Argentina and...
Yeah, it was a war between Argentinians and British.
Okay.
And that was the final attack.
Okay.
And it was a night time, which I told you about, Next day was a morning. We have to occupy the Argentinians' place, because that, I think they escaped from there. We didn't have to fire. They escaped from there, and we caught 3 Argentinians with no weapons,
Okay.
They were so scared, with us, and some guys, I don't want to say, but
Okay.
I actually, we didn't kill them. We didn't kill them. Yeah.
What was the situation? Well, that time, if you have to remember the particular moment, if you have to go in that moment.
What I like to say is, human being is first. Second was Geneva Convention. We have to apply that. But some guys, they were almost killing those guys, but I said, no, we can't do that, because that is against the Geneva Convention.
Okay.
So they were saved, And after that...
What happened after that?
After that, war was finished. We were coming back to UK. In the ship, I was charged for not having a discipline. I'm not disciplined soldier.
Oh.
Because I talk about the Geneva Convention to save those guys, They charged me, but my platoon commander charged me because there are people like that, So, but I told my OC, company commander.
Okay.
I applied the Geneva Convention. Is that wrong? If it is wrong, you can dismiss me, you charge me, you can do whatever. But he didn't do that. He said, you did good.
You gave service almost 5 years, 3 months.
Yeah.
And you contributed a lot, but then also you discharged from British. What was the reason behind that?
Well, I think this is all about the, if you look at it in one way, it's a bit of ego of our officer, British officer. It's a big nose, perhaps. And because he was always trying to suppress the Gurkhas, That is not good.
Okay.
Even when we were discharged, I wrote 13 pages of my complaint to the general. And before we discharged, was marked, this will be executed. And that officer is supposed to be like a general in future, but he didn't. That was his maybe last post. He got it, and he was retired from there, perhaps. I think so. We were in Hawaii because our company, support company,
Okay.
from First 7GR, we were in Hong Kong those days, and we went to Hawaii to do exercise with the Marine, U.S. Marine, and that time we did good. We did perform very good, and but that time my battalion colonel, he came to our maybe very last week of our exercise, and he ruined the whole situation, So our Gurkhas, because they were using the bad word,
Oh, okay.
Yeah, suppressing them, saying these guys are this. We train them, these and that, These are like it sense like they are uneducated, they are uncivilized kind of thing. They want to picturize this to the U.S. Army,
Okay.
Their speech sounds like that, So that made a little our guys angry, And it was we did our final exercise, and it was a farewell party that day. Something happened. Somebody bit our officer. We didn't see that. And at night, it was night time. I was sleeping because the whole day I was doing. It was my last day scuba diving test. It was very difficult because of the tide, low tide, and it was very difficult. And after that, I have to do serving in the party, and I was so tired. I slept, and mostly I think we were slept. And nighttime, somebody bit the officer. And when we came back to Hong Kong, they took us as a prisoner, And after that, they interrogated us. Who did that? I haven't seen. How can I tell who did it, right? I think mostly we didn't knew. And that time, I think 4 or 5 guys, they were punished. They were punished for, I don't know, they suspected they bit the officer. But they didn't do good inquiry, and they suspended us.
Okay.
And they sent us back to Nepal. They discharged us.
Okay.
And after that, we wrote a letter to the Queen. They didn't listen. Nobody listened.
Okay.
And this case is still
Going on.
We are trying to take it on.
Okay.
This is not going on. They want to dismiss.
Okay.
But we want to bring it up.
Okay.
Because it's unfair.
Hope sooner or later justice will be given.
Justice. It will be resolved.
So, I'm going to talk about the businesses that you won. What inspired you to start your business like Nepal Handicrafts and A1 Dumpling Shop, and how do they reflect your Nepalese heritage? Let people know that you came in Toronto at first and you lived there for 10 years. You started your business for the first time in there, Nepal Handicraft. Please, let's begin from there.
Well, actually, when I was a kid, I had the vision of business. Although all of my family, nobody does the business. I'm the first guy.
Wow.
It was my. And when I came to Canada, I thought maybe if I do something like a different than others, could be different, could be more interesting. That's why I brought more Nepalese products. So that made me more like a Nepalese. At the same time, the varieties in the market, that is the main reason.
Okay, so was it easy in terms of registering the business in the initial days and initial years in Canada? What was the situation?
Yeah, in Canada, it's easy. Anybody can do that. Since those days and today too.
Okay.
Registering a company here is very easy, not like in Nepal. Nepal is still difficult to register the company.
Okay, so compared to Canada,
Yeah,
Nepal is far difficult.
yeah. Here you can do it within an hour.
Wow.
Yeah, you can do that.
So what about financial part, budgeting thing?
That thing.
If an immigrant wanted to start a business in here or open a restaurant or a business like yours?
For me, I was quite lucky because I got help.
Okay.
Because I took it over the running business. They gave me a loan. I paid them slowly, gradually. I paid them. I took that. They asked me to count everything, and I counted, and it was $28,500 those days. And they told me, those are my friends in Toronto. They do a gold and silver business. Still, they are in business. Golden Gate Jewelers. They are my friends. They are my good luck charms. Actually, they helped me, so I didn't have to worry about those things.
Wow. So everybody is familiar about A1 Dumpling Shop. This shop is really, really popular among the Nepalese community about dumplings, momos and all. Can you tell us about Nepali handicraft? You only sell the things which you brought from Nepal, or you do something else in there?
Regarding A1 dumpling, we did lots of research on that to make the recipes. That's why we did it from the very scratch level. It took us quite a bit of time. So we work hard. We care the quality, not the quantity. Quantity, I'm hoping in future, but now it's getting pretty popular. Even people from far from here, even from Ottawa, Sault Ste. Marie, Toronto, and up north, like Timmins.
Okay.
Yeah, North Bay. They come here and they ask me.
So I was talking about Nepal handicrafts. Once I saw one lady coming in there, and then she wanted to relieve for stress and everything. So people come there not only for buying products or jewelries or anything like that, Nepali products. They come to relieve their stress, to manage their stress. Is that true?
Exactly.
Yeah.
When I came here, because we sell more like spiritual products too,
Okay.
So lots of people, they come to, even in downtown, there are many government offices. And sometimes people, they get really, really stressed, and they come to our store and they ask me to play singing bowl. And we do have lots of organic, handmade Nepalese incense too, because aroma, that release the aroma. Aroma is also therapy,
Okay.
and sound itself is therapy,
Therapy, okay.
healing. So lots of, that's why people come there for those.
Not just for buying products.
Yeah.
They come for healing.
Yeah, not only that too,
Okay.
because people come inside our store as a customer, and they go out as a friends.
Wow.
We don't have customers. We have only friends.
Hmm.
Yeah, that is the main thing.
Interesting. Okay, you had one life-changing tragedy in 2007. Can you share more about that experience, worst experience in 2007, and how it influenced your decision to start anew in Sudbury? What was the mental situation? What was the financial aspect at that particular time?
Well, in that prospect, what I remember, the day before the fire in our main store in Toronto, I came back from Nepal. And next morning, 3 o'clock, we had a big fire in our store, and we lost everything there. We didn't, which was there because we had lots of expensive things there, lots of pasminas. Pasminas are not cheap those days. We had lots of pasminas, lots of clothings, lots of damage from the water. We didn't have the fire in our store. We had three stores under the fire.
Okay.
We didn't get it, but we had lots of like smoke and water damages. So we cannot sell it.
Okay.
It's everything
That's the
is
thing.
garbage, and it was I think everything happens for a reason too. I guess that made me come up to Sudbury actually. Actually, what I like to tell you is like, I believe in faith too, eh? We were trying to jack up our insurance too because we had lots of investment there.
True.
But if it happened after 1 week, it could have covered our expense, what we had there,
Yeah.
But we had a small insurance. Even they gave us like a 25 something thousand more than what we had insurance. They just came, they wrote the check, and they just gave it to me. And after that, I didn't like to stay there. I was not like unhappy. I always have thinking, I can do it. But one thing it happened to me was, I don't like to go east, west, south. I just like to go north. It took me 5 times to come to Sudbury.
Okay.
On 5th time, I came to Sudbury, and in Rainbow Sun Center,
Okay.
Elm Place now. I've seen that was at that time it was Christmas time, eh? I've seen one kiosk was empty. I rented for almost like a 2,800 something for 21 days, because we had lots of things in our warehouse too.
Okay.
And I did that, and it was not bad. In 21 days, I think I sold it about like 23 something thousand dollars, which is not bad, eh? So after that time I hired one guy from here. After I went back to Toronto, he kept texting me 10, 15 times a day. Open the store here, I'll be your manager. Open the store here, I will be your manager. And I thought maybe I should do that. And I came up here and I opened the store. I trained him, he couldn't do it. He gave up. So that made me stay here. Since then I'm here.
With all your family.
Yeah, with family.
Okay, so you have always been representing Nepal through what you do as a brave Gurkhas in British Army to owning the businesses in Canada. So this kind of patriotism is rarely seen in people these days. So anything you want to add, or you want to share about this?
For me, is my thinking's a little different in many aspects.
Okay.
For me, I feel myself not only from a particular place. Whatever I like it, I go for that because I feel I am the citizen of world.
Wow.
That's what I feel. And my religion, when you fill up the form in the immigration form, you have to write your religion, right?
Yeah.
I wrote universal. My religion is universal. I can go anywhere. But I'm from Nepal, and maybe I came with Nepalese thought a little bit. So even in Toronto, we represented Nepal many years in Canadian National Exhibition too. And it's easy for me to understand more Nepalese things for business, right? I know the Nepalese product, so I can explain people easily. So that makes me more comfortable. So maybe that is the reason too.
Exactly, you are not doing your businesses as well. You are promoting Nepal at the same time.
Yes.
So it's like, you are working as a bridge between Nepal and Canada as an ambassador, especially for Sudbury. I have seen you talking about Nepal, where, explaining about many different things which represents Nepal in many different ways. I have seen you doing that.
Yeah.
You're not just selling the products,
No. I talk about Nepal too.
Exactly.
Yeah. I talk a lot because a lot of people they want to know about Nepal. So I was working in Nepal as a travel agent, as a trekking guide, as a rafting guide. That's why I know quite a bit about tourism too.
Wow. See, you have been in this country since almost 26 years, had lots of experience and sufferings, ups and downs, lows and highs, bad days, good days, worst days of your life. But you never got involved in any organization as per you, like we have. Non-Resident Nepalese Association NRNA Canada, Nepalese Canadian Community Services NCCS, or other association which represents Nepal. But in your case, what are the reason behind you are not being involved in any of these Nepalese association?
Well, I don't want to blame nobody. I think I'm quite busy by myself.
Okay.
And I do have lots of things.
Okay.
Because I have lots of hobbies. I'm involved in so many things. That's why I don't blame nobody. Maybe I didn't have time, but it's good to have involved in that kind of associations, And even I wish we have here in Sudbury too, but I like to be the member, but I cannot be the leader for those things because I don't have the time, because I have so many little projects.
Don't you think you are highly needed in Nepalese association, your experience, your guidance, your presence?
Well, if association happens here, of course I can do what I can do. I can help.
So what's your imagination or what's your expectation in terms of association? The association should be like this. What's your mindset or what's your expectation?
Once, long time, I had an imagination that the associations should be as not only association for parties and these and that, good time. We should have association which is helpful for the rainy days, for the people, for the members. That's why in order to make that kind of association, we have to contribute. It is all about contribution. It comes from the contribution only. And I suggested many guys long time back Because the base is monetary fund.
Okay.
We need a fund to do this. Without fund, you cannot do. You can pray for them.
Okay.
If you have fund, you can help. You can do uplifting for something.
Very
Right?
true, yeah.
Otherwise, if you don't have, then you can pray only. So now we are just praying, because we shouldn't be thinking only about the post. What is my post? Am I a president or not? Am I a something, right? We should think only, I'm Nepali. I'm a human. You know?
Yeah.
First, we are Nepali, we are human. And we have to be human for entire world. Nepali for Nepal. You know? So that's why, if we make an association in Sudbury in future, we have to think about this. Association is not meant to be only for parties, picnics, for good time only. If we make it association. But long time back when I had my open heart surgery in Sudbury, we didn't have associations, but we had good friends. The people in Sudbury, the Nepalese
community.
our community was small but very helpful. I was alone by myself. I didn't have my family, and they helped me open my store.
Wow.
And even after my operation, I cannot do nothing. They took me in their house, like Sridhar Acharya and Lakshmi Baini. I remember them. And Vinodji and Manisha Baini. They took me their house and they actually served me. They helped me. Plus other friends also, they really, really helped me. They brought food. All Nepalese friends, they brought food for me when I was sick in hospital, Like, there are many friends.
Okay, so we want to see you in a association who contribute for Nepali community in the coming futures. So almost at the end, looking back on your journey from Nepal to Canada, what advice would you give to others who are facing difficult times and considering starting over?
In that prospect, what I would like to suggest is, it doesn't matter where you go, even in Nepal. If you stay in Nepal or you go anywhere in this earth, that is a Nepali song, Naran Gopal sang it. Wherever you go, sun is same sky,
Yeah.
same star,
Yeah.
same land, same rocks. So, main thing we have to remember is never give up. Never look back, look forward, never give up. That is the main mantra, I think. Never give up. You can do it. Always have a hope within you. I can do it. I can do it. If you have hope, that kind of thing in your heart, you can survive even the top of the cliff.
Yeah.
Hope
Hope is everything.
is
Be hopeful.
very hopeful.
Thank you so much, Uncle, for your time.
You're welcome.
And
You're very welcome.
Wonderful insights. Thank you for blessing our show.
Thank you so much for calling me here.
Thank you so much.